Welcome back. As you know, I love to have people on the show who are passionate, who have great vision, who have great depth, and the gentleman joining us today has all of that and more. He also is the author of 5 books, one of which, his latest, is Water is Key, A Better Future for Africa. Please join me in welcoming a humanitarian, Gil Garcetti. Hey, Gil.
Hey.
Gonna dance out?
Got it, man.
Shall we dance?
Of course.
Of course. Sit down, darling.
Thank you.
How you doing?
Doing fabulous, absolutely.
Terrific. I understand that a few weeks ago, maybe about a month ago, you were at one of the caucuses with your son.
I was in Iowa.
How great.
It was a little on the cool side.
I bet.
But it was really cool with the result.
No, that's
from
good.
my perspective.
Okay, well, that's wonderful.
Okay.
That's wonderful. So obviously you were working with Senator Obama.
Yes, indeed.
Good
indeed.
for you.
Thank
Good for you. That's wonderful. And with your son as well, that must be a real joy to work with him.
He's the one who invited me. I didn't invite him.
How
he's
fun.
the president of the Los Angeles City Council, and he had been involved with Obama for a long time. I just made my decision a few weeks before that. So it was really cool to be with him there, and then walking. You go knocking on the doors. It's 6 degrees.
That must be quite an experience. It really must be. And your son, he's been quoted in Los Angeles Times as offers refreshing idealism. You must be very proud of all of this.
We're very proud, indeed.
That's great.
My wife and I both.
I guess. Now, Gil, how did you go from DA, high-powered position, high stress, high everything, and leaving the DA's office, go into photography? Has it always been a passion of yours?
It's always been a passion of mine, but the voters helped me a little bit by saying, bye-bye, Gil. Why don't you find something else?
It was a blessing in disguise. Little did they know.
We all have our ups and downs in life.
Absolutely, and we all have our times.
Absolutely. And so this was an opportunity where shortly after I left office, January 2001, I'd just been out of office for really a month.
Right.
I was invited to go with the Conrad N. Hilton Foundation to West Africa.
How incredible.
And so the book that just came out that you mentioned is my 5th book, Water is Key. That was a 5-year project of mine in West Africa.
And you joined the Hilton Foundation and going over, and you went over, and they have donated tremendously to provide sustainable water over in Africa, correct?
Correct. Yeah. Over the years, they have donated now, I think, almost $40 million to NGOs, non-government organizations. None of the money goes to any of the governments in West Africa. They go to non-government organizations that are focused on safe water-related programs. And so when I went that first time, Patti, I knew kind of what to expect, but there were a couple things that really shocked me.
And you're telling the story of bringing sustainable water to villages and the difference it's making in your photography, correct?
That was the reason. When I went there, I knew I was going to find the poverty and the disease.
Right.
But I learned that over 70% of all the people in the West African countries like Ghana, Mali, Niger, Burkina Faso, they didn't have safe water. As a result of disease, early death, infant mortality, etc. But then I learned one thing that really shocked me. Girls did not go to school because it was the girls and the women who had to fetch the water every day. Not just one day a week, every day. So that means girls didn't go to school.
And that's horrific. And you talk about one young woman who's 12 years old that when she was able to get the sustainable water, her entire life changed.
It's incredible. I mean, I talked to several girls, but this one 12-year-old girl said, "You don't know how this has changed my life. Number one, I can go to school now," which she has. And I said, "Well, why is it important that you go to school?" I said, "Because I'm going to learn. Look what I can do."
Right.
And, you know, she was alive again. I had one photograph in here where when the book first came, I was sitting with, I have 2 grandsons, they're twin boys, and they're 5 years old, and I wanted to share this with them. So we opened up the book, and one of my grandsons looked at one of the photographs and said, "Why is she so sad?" And this was a photograph of a 9-year-old girl who was carrying a big bowl of water on her head. She had a brother or sister on her back, and she had this anguished look on her face. And I had to tell her, I said, She's carrying this very heavy bowl of water. She's gone a long way.
Right.
Brother, sister on her back. She doesn't go to school. They said, well, why did they have to go so far to get the water? Why didn't they just turn on the faucet?
Exactly, because we don't know from that.
That's
now,
right.
we have some of the pictures, and
Yep.
we may be able to look at one before break, but can we? This is the cover of your book.
Yes.
Can you tell me the story of this photo?
So many of the diseases come from bad water, including blindness and others. Well, this is good water.
Isn't that beautiful?
This was the day almost that they finally christened the well. This was a borehole well brought in. Kids are immediately taught twice a day, come and you just wash out your eyes with fresh water and you're not going to be blind.
Isn't that wonderful?
It's that simple.
It's that simple. Can we bring up another photo? Because we have several, I know, that that depict certain feelings of that will bring on different emotions. I happen to love this. The love between the two of them is
Thank you. I mean,
astounding.
There are many people who immediately focus on the woman and say, what an incredible looking woman. And she is. She's gorgeous.
She's beautiful.
But what I saw was that connection between mother and child.
Right.
And so many photographs of people in Africa, they're poor, desperate, dying people. Well, look at the beauty and look at the connection here. This was a village that had brought in safe water about a year ago, and it transformed the village forever.
Right.
And you can just see what happens.
And let's look at this one too, this final one.
This one was one of my favorites. The protocol when I would go in and I would introduce myself to the chief of a village. And sometimes I was impressed, sometimes I wasn't, but this one I was really impressed. And I asked him, could I photograph you, Chief? And he said yes. So I bent to my left, Patti, to pick up my camera. When I came back, he had placed a grandson right there, and he put his hands just like that. I didn't pose him. And I said, that's the photograph. To me, this shows the caring nature of West African society and the hope for the future. Dry, dry hands. Look at these feet. Really dry. But there's a love, there's a caring, there's a hope,
passion,
and an optimism.
And that's what you're bringing forth. We're going to come back and we're going to talk more with Gil Garcetti about the DA's office and his special work. Stay tuned. This is amazing. I just love that photo. What it says is amazing. Really. Is it? Oh, good. I did good. I did really